Let's talk about the greatest album of all time, Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On." It is the first R&B concept album. It is an album that was born out of love and depression and some of and reality, true stories, just seeing what's out there. And I think that's why it resonated with so many people. An album where Berry Gordy didn't even want to put it out. He definitely didn't like the song. He thought it was the worst thing he's ever heard. And they put it out anyway, behind his back. It sold, and now he was behind it. He asked him to do it in 30 days. He did it. There's a lot to unpack with this album. I won't have time to do that here. So, what I would like to do is something a little bit more in depth and explore a lot of the sounds, the singing, etc., etc. But this is an album that was meant to be. From the opening jazzophone um, riff, that was just practice. Dude was on the floor, did it just to warm up. Marvin heard it, was like, "I need that. That now you good. You can go home." Put it on the album. It's the most one of the most recognizable sounds, melodies ever. One of, I'm not saying it's the most, but it's definitely out there. When you hear it, you know what song that belongs to. The album was his second number one selling album. It sold over 2 million copies. It is described at times as a song cycle with the way they kind of blend and merge into each other. It has so many musical genres in it: Latin, R&B, jazz, um, classical, some of everything, man. And it really was born out of a place where Marvin really was he was down. We talked about his lack of faith in the label. We talked about how he felt when they had him do this third album, Easy, with allegedly Valerie Simpson. We talked about his depression when Tammy Terrell got sick. He just was not feeling anything that was going on in his world at the time, and he did not want to do music. And he did not do music. And when he went back to do music, he wanted to do it his way, and this was the way. And it really transformed and captured not only the world back then, but the world today. And it really ushered in this whole new sound, this movement. It was released in 1971, and it just changed everything. And it all started because Obie Benson of the Four Tops saw protesters getting beat up. Does that sound familiar? And he was like, "What's going on?" Al Cleveland heard it, wrote the song, went to the Four Tops, didn't want to do it because it was a protest song. Remember, it was a singles driven market. Some people didn't want to ruffle feathers like that. And took it to Marvin. Marvin heard it, wanted to give it to the Originals. The Originals didn't want to do it. Marvin said, "I'll do it." And I think he did that after he had a conversation with his brother, Frankie Gaye, who went to the war, and changed some things up. You know, Marvin the thing up a little bit and put it out, and I would say the rest is history. But there's so much more that we can get into when it comes to this album. But it ventured away from Motown's tried and true formula. It really ushered in the importance of putting together complete albums, you know, and not just singles and having people buy the album off the strength of the singles. And, you know, musically, from What's Going On to Inner City Blues to Mercy Mercy Me, Holy Holy Jesus Christ, is just amazing. Flying High, I love that. I love the Sad Tomorrow's version, which is on the anthology, even better. The falsetto is so piercing. It's just the way he does it is incredible. Just even how he started to do the patented um, double vocal thing, that happened by accident. Engineer just played both at the same time. Marv was like, "I like that, give me that." And it became one of his signature styles that people to this day borrows and use. And and man, without this album, you don't get Slide and the Family Stone, There's a Ride going on, and a lot of other type of music that comes behind it. It is the best album of all time, hands down. and it touches on a lot of things that are really applicable today, from war to poverty, drug abuse, abuse, domestic abuse, just everything, bro. It's like it's in this album, and um, and it was an incredible piece of work. And I can go on and on, but I'm gonna stop there. But I do want to do a deeper dive into this album, um, its history, et cetera, et cetera. But before I'm on here talking another 5 minutes, I'm gonna stop there, man. What I will say, the homework, what I will suggest, listen to what's going on in the Detroit mix just to hear the differences in mixing choices, and definitely listen to the live version of this album as well. Yeah, it's yeah, it's very moving. So I'm gonna end it there, man. But this is we got some heat coming next, y'all. We're not done. We are not done. We got a lot more on the way. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm out.